he cannot mess up my generational bloodline here. Like, I have a good looking family.
So I definitely felt like I was scammed, you know?
You can interact with people,
Yeah.
but you can keep your clothes on.
So I'm not taking your man.
A bikini that barely covers my butthole.
Oh God.
The girls every year are getting younger and hotter.
That gives you so much perspective and clarity and light.
Like, I'm like putting his head here, I'm all shh, you know? Like,
I get the ick.
what does a pimp look like in the club?
Do my chain hang low, do it mama to the floor. So how is the dating life?
I think the dating pool has pee-pee in it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Bottle Girl Diaries. For those of you who are new here, I'm your host, Cindy. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of our loyal subscribers and viewers. With that said, do me a favor and click the subscribe button below so you can stay up to date on our latest. Today's episode is brought to you by Hansen Miller Orthodontics. Dr. Hansen and Dr. Miller and their skilled team believe that you deserve a beautiful smile, serving the Las Vegas community with exceptional orthodontic care across 7 convenient locations. Their goal is to give you and your family a comfortable and state-of-the-art treatment that's personalized just for you. I am a current patient of Hansen Miller Orthodontics, and I've had such a great experience with their staff and my Invisalign journey. Not only was Dr. Miller such a great dentist to work with, but he is such a perfectionist and really got my teeth to look their best. So if you're looking for a new orthodontist, I highly recommend Hansen Miller Orthodontics. All of their information and how to find them will be in the description box below, and you can let them know that Cindy from Bottle Girl Diaries referred you. All right, everyone, let's dive into today's episode. This is my beautiful friend, Ulyssa.
Hi. I work at Durango as a bartender, and I also work at Davidoff Cigar Lounge on Las Vegas Strip. So
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, how did you get into nightlife as far as like bartending? But I know before that you were a dancer, right?
I was a dancer.
Yes.
So for those of you that don't know, I was a dancer for about 6 years in Las Vegas. And it was definitely the hustle and bustle time of the year. I'd say maybe 2018 is when I first started.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, my cousin and I, we were like always accustomed to just having like 2 jobs on the side. So we were just working in the hospitality industry, we were working at Twin Peaks. And we've always had like a flexible schedule. You know, one day kind of just had a discussion where she had mentioned that one of her girlfriends was a dancer and she was making like bags, like money.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've always had an interest of dancing in general because I feel like there is an artistry to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I told her, I was like, hey, do you want to try out with me? And she was just like, yeah, like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
So we did. We pretty much auditioned at our first club was Deja Vu here in Vegas. And
Okay, so because you obviously lived in LA, so but where you auditioned was here.
Yes, sorry. So to give you a little insight about my little background, I am from LA originally. I moved to Las Vegas and I've been here for about 9 years already. Prior to that, though, my background was working for Ford Motor Company. So I was working in the
She was a
service
corporate
industry.
girly.
I was a corporate girly. I was. And I kind of just got tired of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, my husband at the time was like, why don't you just try something out? Like, just try cocktailing or whatever. Yeah. So at that time, like I said, I was in the hospitality industry working at Twin Peaks. So it was very part-timey.
Mm-hmm. I feel like everybody that worked in works in the industry has either worked at Twin Peaks or Hooters.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. It was really that. The time, that was the time.
That was the time.
That was the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that. I worked there for a couple of years and, you know, I just decided to say, let me get my foot in the door with dancing and see what I can do. And it was pretty cool. I mean, I had fun. Like there were the moments of, I had so much fun because I was entertaining the audience. I was like the life of the party when you show up, right? Because people are there to see you.
Yeah.
And I was happy. Like it was nice. And I had the support with my cousin along my side. Mm-hmm. She would come with me to the club. She would dance. She was my partner at the time. And yeah, it just became a thing where money was really, really good back then. And this was actually before COVID.
Okay. Because I met you obviously during quarantine.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, Yulissa and I were outside. Somehow there was only like one... There was one place open in Vegas and it was called Bloom.
Bloom.
And it was like a hookah bar club
Mm-hmm.
and everybody would go there because it was the only place open. And we would be out. Actually, we'd go there like 2 times a week sometimes because we had nothing to do.
That was the time.
A time was had. Well, let me ask you something. What would you say was like your aha moment to make you want to transition out of dancing? Like, was there a catalyst moment? And I know that when we first became friends, you did express that you had a hard time kind of finding good quality girlfriends in that industry.
Right.
Not saying that they're all bad. There are some great people in any industry, but there are also the bad apples. So how was your experience with that, good and bad?
So
with friendships?
I'd say that for the most part, the good part of it, I was actually able to get along with anyone.
Yeah.
And I like that. I feel like that's a positive thing about me, or I don't know what you would say, what you would call it, but characteristic in a sense where I'm able to pretty much be kind, give people respect, and build a friendship where they can trust me. And I've never given anyone like a doubt of you can't trust me. I'm not, you know, the flaky person, or I'm not the person that just uses you.
Yeah.
So I always come as I am to people, and if they like me, cool. If you don't, so what? Like I move on with my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say meeting the girls, the group of girls that crossed my paths. I mean, I was fortunate to meet them. I do keep in touch with some still to this day. I totally respect the grind that they had and that they still have, because they obviously, by the end of the day, they do have food to put on the table. You know, they have kids. Yeah. You know, they're working at another job.
Going to school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd say, you know, that was the good portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the cons to the dancer, I'd say, was the energy. Sometimes the shift of energy when you walk into the club, you could just tell sometimes it could be a little bit dark.
Yeah.
So I would call you sometimes. I'm like, I just don't have the energy. I don't have it in me to show up. And this is where I am also fortunate enough to have like you by my side, my other friends along, and even my husband. He's been nothing but an advocate to me in my life.
Yeah. Best husband ever.
He is. He supports me a lot. Yeah. So yeah, just the push was really nice to have that in my ear and the drive. So I kept going. Now, when I say like the negative energy, I'm referring to when you walk in, obviously us girls, we do tend to take a drink, right?
Yeah.
We go to the bar. Yeah. You know, we got to let loose. You know, I need to like let loose before, I don't know, I start dancing or I start talking to a client. Mm-hmm. So I'd say that like the shift of energy could be draining. It could be dark. Yeah. I just require, for me, like when I know something's off, I avoid it. Yeah. And yeah, I mean.
So would you say that was like one of the hardest parts of your job? Because I think specifically what I remember is, you know, you would call me and you would just be like, listen, I think that if it comes to a point where, you know, the drinking gets out of control in order to get through the shift, which is something that we find, you know, in common with a lot of dancers, right?
Oh, yeah.
And even bottle girls. So I remember that, you know, it would be that conversation over and over again, you know, and I think that's when I knew. I was like, I love that you were making money. Mm-hmm. You were really good at it. You looked great doing it. Shoot, I loved like seeing that part of you and that artistic side of you. But I knew that once it was getting to the point where it was affecting your mental health afterwards, and if, you know, it's taken you 2 or 3 days to just recover from a shift.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I was like, your vibration is low and we need you here.
Right.
And I feel like you're a really good person. Obviously, I'm not going to be your friend if I don't think you're a good person. But I feel like sometimes in any industry where quick cash is involved or quick money is involved, it's easy for women or men to get very greedy.
Of course.
Something that I'm very grateful for. And, you know, I may get a tomato thrown at me for this, but I'm so grateful that, you know, in the dancer world, you didn't ever get involved with any pimps.
Girl, no.
Because that right there is a whole dangerous ball game that I don't think people understand how serious that is.
Yeah.
Is the pimps and, you know.
So I want to
the triangulation, all that.
Right. So I did want to talk to you about that. So I would get so many offers, like so many like pimps just coming up to me, like, you know, just trying to have a casual conversation with me and then tell me, well, you know, I'm trapping. And I'm like, okay, cool. Good. Like, good for you. I really don't care.
Yeah.
And that is the only thing where I'm like, no, you could even spot them. You can definitely spot them when you're like in the club. You could definitely tell.
What does a pimp look like in the club? Like, what are they wearing? Like,
do my chain hang low, do it wobble to the flow.
like fake chains though.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So, I mean, I think that there's like the pimps, like it's crazy. I heard they get abusive.
They do.
That's crazy.
It is. So I did want to also elaborate on the clubs that I did dance because I would travel. From
that's right.
LA to Arizona. Mm-hmm. And with that, I had so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
But when I got to Las Vegas and I danced out here, I'd say it was very different because I'm used to what I was used to. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I'm used to the urban clubs, right? You just show up, you know, kind of throw your ass in the circle.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're having a ball. Like you're participating in a party. Like when we step out to the club, right? We're just dancing.
Yeah, that's what you feel like when you're working. Yeah.
Versus here, it's more it's definitely transactional. Like you really have to try to finesse, sit down and talk to someone, you know, lure your client into the VIP room, and then you're there for like hours just to get more money. Yeah. That is where I found it very draining for me.
Right.
That's when I was like, I can't do this. Like, this is just not my thing.
And that was your breaking point.
It was you know, it's just, you find there's something about like the autonomy and power of pivoting, of knowing what you finally want. Right. Yes. Mm-hmm. So my pivot point was, well, I want to bartend because for one,
it's still great money.
It's still great money.
You can interact with people.
Yeah.
But you can keep your clothes on.
Correct. I mean, well, except for the pool. I'm still in like a two-piece, right?
Okay. So that's a whole nother thing.
I was going to ask. I mean, like, you do the same thing too. So
this is crazy because the guy that I recently dated, we're not going to say his name. I am surprised he's not on that T app. Have you heard of the T app?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's basically, so the T app real quick is an app where they're putting like local Las Vegas guys on there and they're putting like a red or a green flag. And so this guy is very well known in the city. But what bothered me is this. You're attracted to me.
Right.
You think it's hot that I'm a bottle girl. You've even praised me about my channel, Bottle Girl Diaries. Mm-hmm. But when it came to like, you know, being honest about he didn't want commitment, all of a sudden I'm not worthy of being committed to because I wear lingerie to work, and his words were a bikini that barely covers my butthole. So I guess I'm not worth it to be committed to because of that. That's just crazy to me because I know me, you know me, and I just feel like that is such a misogynistic way to go about things. And I did tell him that. I was like, that is a misogynistic way for you to think. And that is actually predatory because basically you'll date multiple bottle girls for short-term flings. Right. Basically as placeholders. Like that is insane to me. And mind you, this man is not 21. He's 40.
Oh God. Shame.
Still doing this.
Shame.
So yeah. I think that sometimes it can be that because you know what, I'll be honest, when we do wear lingerie to work and there is music on, they'll be like, so are you going to start dancing for us? I'm like, oh no, babe, this isn't. This isn't like Rhino or Sapphire, but I will definitely send you over there and help you find a great entertainer.
Yeah, no, of course.
But so that's kind of crazy that, you know, you have that perspective. You're just like, listen, I want to get into bartending. And I think it's great. And honestly, too, when I knew it was draining you and like at that some point it was, you know, hurting your soul.
Of course.
And draining your soul, I would pray for you. I'd be like, okay, you know, that's in God's plan for her. And I can say this, like ever since you transitioned, huge difference.
Yeah.
The glow up, everything, the mental health, the physical health. I feel like your gym game got better. Everything just got better.
You know, it's just, it's different when you're your own entrepreneur.
Yes.
You know, when you're doing this out on your own.
Yeah.
Because at some point, yes, you kind of lose that drive, the motivation, you know, you want to just be by yourself and you don't really have the energy to really talk to your friends or family, right?
That's the one thing about this industry that
But what about the
draining.
dating? Even the dating too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm married, as you guys can see, so I'm not taking your man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Adrina. What's her name? Your man. From Love Island. How she's like, your man. So, I mean, I'm fortunate to have a partner, and not only that, but my best friend.
Yeah.
So how is the dating life going? I mean, a lot of people are telling me it's a little wild.
Sis, I think the dating pool has pee-pee in it. I definitely think it has pee-pee in it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so if there's the best way that I can describe it is men no longer court. They no longer are being gentlemen.
Yeah.
And they honestly are in their feminine energy so much. What I'm seeing right now is a lot of men with like unhealed trauma.
Yeah.
So behind every narcissist and an emotional con artist and manipulator, not to be mean, and I'm not hating on anybody's mamas, but is a mom who was very controlling to their son, made their son feel like they needed to gain approval, almost like a narcissistic mom as well. I hate to say that. And I mean, I'm not saying every guy that's the story, but I'm just saying that that's what I'm finding. And I'm just finding that less and less men don't want to be faithful anymore. And if for some reason they don't want to be monogamous, they're not able to be honest about it.
Well, okay, so now, because I've had, like, some of my girlfriends are like, you know, they have that, I rather not know.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you feel? Like, would you rather him be transparent and open to you and
because
say,
then I can decide what I want to do. And I feel like when a man doesn't tell you those things, like, up front, and they're like, I'm going to date other people. I want to date you.
Agreed.
Take what you want with the information. But when they don't tell you that, and I say, do you want to date other people? And their response is, I only have time to date you. I feel like that is a man's silent way of manipulating you to stay in the situation, obviously, and for me as a woman to not go over and play around, right? Or to date around. Mm-mm. That's where I have the issue. And also another thing too, at the age that I'm at now, I feel like I'm getting hit on by a lot of like young 21-year-olds.
Girl, that's because you don't look a day over 25. Okay, well, that's why.
But I can't do it. Yeah. Like, I don't want to date somebody that's younger than my brother. Like, breath is still smelling like Similac. I can't do it.
Not Similac.
Like, I'm like putting his head here. I'm like,
oh my God.
You know, like it's not going to work. And honestly, too, like, I don't want to take that man's youth away from him. But I don't know. Look at Drea Michelle. Look at her.
Oh, yeah. Drea Michelle. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not my thing.
He's in his early 20s. Drea's what, 40? I think she's actually 41.
Yeah.
So,
you know, what's crazy is that even when I look at this generation or the 21s or the 20s group, I get the ick.
Yeah.
Like, I get the massive ick. But yeah, I mean, and I only say that because just when I bartend, because I've been doing it for 3 years already, I look and I see the qualities of a man and a boy. And I'm like, they're completely, obviously, they're night and day. But when I'm in the scene and I listen to conversations, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah,
I get turned off right away.
So grateful that you're married and you have a good man, because
so
seriously, I would say that like my experience is just, I don't know where these men's mindsets are. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to use their hands, work with their hands, like none of that. Like even intimacy wise, like where are the pleasers at? Where are the men who will court you and all that? And
we need someone to rub your feet. We need a foot rub. That's what we need.
If there's anything I could say that I would take away from my dating life experience, like lately, is just that never date a man who says that like if you listen carefully, men will tell on themselves, but basically they start dating you. They know what job that you worked in while they're starting to pursue you. He knew that I worked in the club, and then come 3 months later when the mask falls off. So just dating advice for anybody, 3 months is all it takes for a man's mask to fall off. And men will tell on themselves if you just listen carefully. Literally, if you just listen carefully. And it's weird because the first 3 months was honeymoon phase, obviously.
Right.
And I looked past a lot of things because not gonna lie, I mean the cheddar.
Of course, hello.
But when it comes down to just morals and, you know, core values, even like daily health habits.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to be with a man who takes care of himself.
Well, yeah. I mean, physically, mentally, spiritually.
Spiritually. And I don't care what anybody says. Like, I do want to be physically attracted to a man because if I'm thinking of having a kid with him, he cannot mess up my generational bloodline here. Like, I have a good looking family, and sir, I cannot have a little Shrek coming out of me.
Oh my gosh.
No. Like at the fact that like most of these men that are the most audacious men, they're like a 4 on their best days. Sir, be so for freaking real. Be so for real. But I would say in dating in general, it's just, you have to be so intentional about who you're dating and the things that you're going to look past. But so that's my experience lately, is just dealing with that. And like somebody actually asked me the other day, where do you find all the good men at? In Vegas. And I was like, I don't know, maybe church, like maybe Barnes and Noble.
You know, that's what I thought too. I thought that too.
No, but the ones at church are probably, they're being predatory. Like, no, I'm just kidding. That's not nice. But they're being predatory, thinking they're going to find like a nice church going woman. But really, you know, they're just, I feel like some men are just so strategic and calculated. Now, I don't hate all men. I'm not here to be like, all men are shit. I'm not a man hater.
Right.
I do think that there's good men out there. I just have yet to come across or be aligned with one.
Yeah.
And I don't think that the recent dating experience I had, I don't think he's a shitty person because he doesn't want to have a committed relationship. I just think that the way that he went about it, by kicking me down and being like manipulative and narcissistic, you have to be really careful with calling people narcissists, that he just has narcissistic tendencies and behaviors. But like I said, there's other ways that he could have gone about it.
I mean, it's wild because wasn't he talking to some other girl that still worked in the same industry?
Yeah.
So
exactly. So for him to tell me that basically I'm not worth it to be committed to, that he couldn't take me to meet his parents or anything because I work in the industry, but she does.
Boy, bye.
Get on. But anyway, we're done with that.
Yes. Yes.
I do want to fast forward here. So you're currently at Davidoff Cigar Bar.
Yes.
And then Durango. How do you like the cigar bar? Like, what kind of clientele does it bring in there?
Honestly, anyone, to be honest with you, because it's really catered to anyone who just loves cigars.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there is
like men who like cigars are usually like higher
business
value men, businessmen, especially like during our conventions, they come in.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, except for I couldn't do it because I am highly allergic to cigars.
The smell is honestly,
it's the smoke for me.
I know, babe, but I got used to it. You get used to it. But if there's one thing that I can say, I prefer cigars over the cigarette smell. Any day.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Any day.
True.
So for me, it's not that bad when I do bartend because I do take the time to just get to know people, talk to them. And then, you know, obviously it's more one-on-one time with them. So when they do smoke the cigar, they just like, they'll smoke it to the side instead of in your face.
That's nice.
So yeah, I mean, they're gentlemen, so we'll give them that. We'll give them that.
Well, if
So.
you see a man who's fine, and
Always, I'm always
wealthy
looking
on a
out.
low end, he has
I'm
to make like
always-
500K a year, nothing crazy. And he must propose to me.
I mean, I do have a manager.
He must propose to me on Lake Como in Italy. Manager? I don't know. I don't think.
Wait, so do you not want to? But you don't want to date anyone in the industry? I don't think you would, anyways. But
I don't want to date anybody in the industry. I'm not opposed to it, but
Right.
like, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I've experienced it. I don't want to. I want to date somebody that's like outside of the industry, and I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
I know that there is a man that is going to be okay with my job. He's going to love me for me and what I have to offer him here.
Absolutely.
And what I bring to the table long term, you know, and it's not going to be about what I do for money, because I'm making my money, you know, in a way that I'm not selling my soul.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not over here home wrecking anybody's with like
That
an affair.
part.
I'm not doing any of that. And I'm not judging anybody. If that's what y'all do, no worries.
Of
But
course.
that's not for me.
Of course.
You know, so I'm tired of that. I'm tired of being given like automatically just like that negative stigma.
Mm-hmm.
Just she's a bottle girl, so she's this, and this. You know, I'm tired of that.
Well, I feel like that's just the nightlife industry in general.
In general, yeah.
So that's where, you know, we get all the commotion coming from like, oh yeah, she's a bottle service girl, oh bartender, oh she's a dancer.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm like, dude, I don't really care. You know, your opinion isn't my reality.
Right.
So by the end of the day, the people closest to me, I only care about your opinion. I care about my husband's. I care about certain people in my life that are closest to me, their opinion. Everyone else, you guys can get
on.
So
now, I did want to ask you, obviously, when we first became friends, there was multiple times I was like, you got to go to auditions. You got to go auditions. And you were definitely a little like, you know, hesitant. So what finally made you get over that fear?
You know, I called you. I don't remember. I was like, hey, I am going to do the auditions. And you even pushed me to do it. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. But for the longest, I was sitting on it, right?
Yeah.
And then I thought about it and I prayed on it. And I was like, if it's for me, it'll be for me.
Absolutely.
And if not, I could just figure it out.
Yeah.
I always figure it out.
Yeah.
So I did ask you and you're like, hey, just do it. If you need help, you know, luckily, you know, with your show and you helping, I felt like you had the experience and you were the good person for me to turn to and ask all these questions. So
that's what I'm here for.
Of course, you guiding me was the best thing that I could give myself, that push to even make the auditions.
Yeah.
So I did both of the auditions for Durango and Daylight.
Yeah.
And I went both days because there's one day for cocktails and then the other day is for bartenders.
Right.
I did both. I'm not going to lie. When I did the bartending one, I did not want to go. I'm like, dude, I don't want to go. But something in me told me, go.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe that was just God speaking to me and telling me like, no, just go.
Yeah.
So I went and I got it. Like they asked me the questions. You know, I had a second interview, aced that, and it was
you looked
history.
so good. Like,
thank you.
You looked really good.
Yeah.
When you went to auditions, what were like maybe two of your first, like, what was your first initial thought? Like when you looked around?
Everyone looks good. Like, I'm not going to lie. You know.
Oh my gosh.
You know.
The girls every year are getting younger and hotter.
Oh my God.
And which is, I mean, listen, to each their own, but oh my gosh.
I mean, okay, so when I went, yes, everyone looked hella young. And I thought, number two, I'm fat. Like I know. I'm like,
you're gonna get beat up now.
I'm very, right. Like I'm voluptuous looking. Okay.
You have a very beautiful, full figure.
Yeah. But even
and that's
not,
okay.
But I mean, like, you know, I let a little bit of that doubt get into me in my head, because think about it. Like we are our worst enemies. You know, we bully ourselves when it comes to our body, you know, because we need to look a certain way.
But only, I'm telling you though, in Vegas, it makes it even worse. We have so much more pressure on us.
Of course.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, my girlfriends that are the normal 9-to-5 girlies, they do not have this pressure on their bodies.
Well, no, but the title also for us was bottle or model.
Bartender
waitress,
or cocktail server.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So that it takes a big toll on you. It's a lot to carry sometimes when you're doing the auditions, but it's not my first rodeo.
Yeah.
So I did do it before, like years ago.
Yeah.
That's like when I was like vegan. I was
I remember when you
very
were
skinny.
vegan.
Yeah. So the fact that I even got the opportunity to do it again, I'm happy. Thank you, God. So
yeah. No, and you need to, I feel like, you know, I get messaged by a lot of girls and they're hesitant, and I think all they need is somebody just to give them that extra push.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I've been that girl too. I've been in that position. I've been the one to look around and think like, I'm not as skinny as these girls, whatever it is, but this is me. This is how I am. There's one thing that these other girls don't have, and it's my personality, my aura, my light.
Correct.
You know, my intelligence. There's things that I have that they don't, and there's, you know, we all have things that are special about us. So it's not always about what's on the outside that's going to glitter or glow to them. It may just be something that you say, and that's why I always say you have to work on, you know, your personality, your spiritual self, your energy, because a beautiful face, very easy to come by these days.
Girl.
You could walk into Whole Foods and a girl with no makeup is looking just as beautiful as you are. But if you know how to have a conversation and talk to people and carry yourself with good integrity, that's going to shine through automatically. So I just want you to know it wasn't just the exterior that they looked at. There was something that you said or did in your interview that they was like, she's got a great personality, because these auditions, thousands of girls go to.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean, when I got it, I was elated, you know, I was just surprised at the same time too. And I called my husband, and then I called you, and you know, even a couple of our mutual friends was like, I knew you were going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. I had no doubt.
And the best part, I'm like, I did that. Like,
you did that.
I literally gave myself a pat on the back. I'm like, you know what, Ulyssa, you did that.
Exactly.
So I was so happy.
You have to bet on yourself.
Yes.
If you don't bet on yourself, who's going to bet on you?
Of course,
right?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't count yourself in, who's going to count you in?
Yeah.
If you don't treat yourself like a big deal, who's going to treat you like a big deal?
Course.
And I always say, don't ever let anybody put you in a box. You can be multifaceted. You can have a 9-to-5 and you can have that weekend job. You can do whatever it is that you want. So I feel like sky's the limit when it comes to, you know, loving yourself and owning who you are. And you did that. So I'm proud of you, girl.
Me too.
I wanted to hear though about your story. Like, you were trying to bring it up to me about you dealt with like a scammer or something.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So this was when I was actually working at the club.
Okay.
So when I was dancing, and this was probably like 2019, I was working at Scores, and that's
a strip club in
strip
LA?
Club.
Okay.
Strip club in Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
Yes,
Okay.
That's like one of, I think people know what Scores is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like the big leagues. Like,
I've heard of it. It's like an OG one, right? Like,
yeah,
it's been around for a long time.
Been around.
Okay. So what happened?
So there's this guy, you know, this guy, he would come in every time that I would go into work, and the gentleman would be sitting there just smoking his hookah. So he did.
So they had
see me.
hookah there.
Yeah.
Not me like, oh, they had hookah there.
Oh, yes. So, and it's always like those joints that have like the best hookah and food.
That's so weird,
Strip
right?
clubs have the best food and hookah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, this guy was there every night, and, you know, we would talk. And I think he was like Armenian and Greek. So, yeah, we would have a discussion like every other night, and he would give me money. And there was this one night where there was this girl, this Cuban girl, and I could hear her talking in Spanish. She's kind of talking shit.
Yeah. On you?
She's talking shit about a girl.
Oh.
And that her regular is here. So I didn't really pay any sense, you know, into it. I didn't really read too much into it. I was still like doing my thing, doing my rounds, talking to everyone. And when I went up to him, you know, he wanted like a private dance, gave him his dances. He gave me money. And it turned out that it was, you know, me that she was talking shit about.
Oh.
Okay. So what happens is there's this one night where I actually end up going inside the club again. It was on a Saturday. I do remember this. And this is when I was still new again to the scene. So the DJ says, hey, you know, this regular wants you to go on stage with this girl. So he wants two of you, and he's going to throw money on you. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I kind of don't want to go on stage. Like, for what? I don't know why, but something just told me something wasn't right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, fine, whatever. And I go on stage and he's setting up money on one side because there's two, it's a big stage, but there's two poles.
Mm-hmm.
So he's setting money like all around one damn stage,
Mm-hmm.
just one.
Mm-hmm.
And the other stage is empty.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
So I go on stage and I go to the pole where there's money laid on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
This girl, the Cuban girl who was talking shit, she comes up and she's like, this is my side. You're right there with the empty stage with no money.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I was bamboozled,
right?
You know, and the song hits, whatever, she's dancing. I have to be on stage. I can't walk out because technically you can get fined for walking off stage.
Okay.
Because once you're called to the stage, you're called.
Oh, wow.
So I'm doing my thing. And obviously he's continuing to throw more money on her besides of whatever's there.
Yeah.
And when I say that there's mad money, like he had hundreds, just all around the pole covered.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he was throwing money.
And normally like it's ones. Okay.
So
the
guy had, the guy had money. The guy did have money.
Was it real money?
Yes, girl.
Oh, okay.
So I'm again dancing, whatever. I finish, my set and he requests me to still stay on the stage and she gets off and all the money goes to her. And she sits next to him and they're both just staring at me. But the girl had the audacity to walk up to my stage as I'm doing my last set or song and hands me a $5 bill. So in my head, I'm like, I feel like that was a slap to my face saying like, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
This is my guy. And in my head, I'm like, well, that's very messy, And when I walked off, I'm not going to lie, like I was furious.
Yeah.
And at that time, I really was new to the scene and the club. I didn't want to get 86.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? I just have to bite the bullet, not say anything to her, really I don't want to be combative.
Yeah.
In my new job. So let me just keep my head up high and walk away.
Yeah.
So I definitely felt like I was scammed. I definitely got like I was bamboozled because there was definitely something going on. Maybe that was her regular, but I didn't know.
And they gave you $5?
$5. It was embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. It was very embarrassing. I did feel humiliated. So I thought that I was like, dude, I don't even know you guys.
Right.
And for you to do that, I'm like, you guys are really fucking petty. But you know what? I'm like, it's all right. Somehow, some way, I'm going to get my lip back. So I continued to go and I did make money at some point.
Yeah.
But I didn't see her and I didn't see him. So something must have happened. And I just, after that, I'm like.
That is so weird.
I'm telling you, it was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest thing ever. That's why I'm like, something had to happen where I don't think, from what I heard though, from the house mom, because we do talk. They do all talk. The house mom was telling me that they had gone into like a really big argument. So, he was trying to get back at her by talking to another girl. And I guess I was that girl. And she got mad and jealous and started talking crap. And I'm like, again, I don't know you. So I really don't care. I'm out here just to make money just as much as you are.
Yeah.
Right. So just to sum it up, I did the whole stage thing and I just felt like I got slapped in the face by that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, yes, girl.
We're glad you're not in that business anymore because, those things are more likely to happen in that environment,
yes.
And you deserve more.
Thanks.
Yeah. Well, before we wrap up, I just wanted to give you the chance to, if there's like any advice that you would want to give any like young woman or any new young women or men that want to get into the industry, what would you say is going to help keep them grounded so they don't get lost in the sauce? Because that if you get in the nightlife industry, whether it's Vegas, Miami, LA, wherever it is, what's a piece of advice that you could give to help them stay grounded and balanced to where they're not just going out and partying every night and drinking their lives away? Because I get it. Everybody has that season when they do that.
Right.
But if you don't have something to keep you grounded and to pull you back into reality and to ground you and recenter yourself,
right,
you will literally be just on a hamster wheel. And that hamster wheel is dangerous because
Right.
you turn around and you have nothing to show for the fast money that you made.
So, I mean, I definitely say having a solid foundation. And what I mean by that is friends.
Right.
Make sure you actually have a good group, a good team posse around you.
Yeah.
And that also not only includes your own friends, but, family members too, and your boyfriend or girlfriends.
Yeah.
So I think that, that in a sense grounds me where I could have I have someone to lean into if I do feel sad or if I feel like I'm out of pocket, because I know that people can tell me, like, I trust you to tell me the truth.
We have to have friends that hold us accountable.
Of course.
It's okay that we do the fun shit together, but like if we're at a stage in our lives where like if your friends can't hold you accountable, that is not your real friend.
Correct.
If they can be there for you to go out and party with you, but they don't want to be there to, give you a hug when you're mourning something, or, maybe you're short $100 or something. And if your friend can't do that for you, that is not your friend.
No,
that's just your party acquaintance possibly. And you can compartmentalize people that way. And there's nothing wrong with that.
I also like to add grounding. You hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah.
I think that people tend to forget that, you do need to touch dirt outside. Yeah. And when I say touch dirt, actually put your feet on the grass.
Yeah. People don't realize.
Yeah.
Like
it is a big thing. Like even hugging a tree. I heard that hugging a tree transmits energy back and forth, right? Because it's coming from, we all carry frequency. You know, we're all generated to, even our hearts, like we actually carry electricity.
Yeah.
So that's how we get brought back to life.
Yeah.
But anyways, grounding is really important. And when I say that, go outside the city, go to Utah, go to Zion, go hiking. That gives you so much perspective and clarity and light to always remember nightlife isn't just it for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to get sucked into that.
There's so much more that's important.
Correct. There's a lot of vices out here. Don't get me wrong. But grounding yourself, to me, I feel like it brings the balance down. Right. And then obviously for me, it's just like mental and health reasons.
Yeah.
Keep yourself busy.
Always. Go to the gym. Have a consistent workout
Read a
routine.
Damn book.
Read a book. Put the phone down.
Oh my God. That's like my biggest thing too.
I wholeheartedly recommend Jesus.
Yes.
I recommend Jesus.
Yes. Amen.
And the grounding thing, like I tend to escape to San Diego or wherever. I love to go to the beach, and that like when the weather's not, as hot, I'll go to the park.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I'll put my feet in the grass and just put my phone down and literally just lay there. I'll put a little mat down, make sure there's no dog shit around.
For sure.
But yeah, so before we close out, you obviously have the floor to ask me, a question or two, or if there's anything that you'd like to talk about.
Yeah. So,
it's the opportunity.
Well, one of my questions is, because this actually came into mind. My nephew had asked me this. He's like, Thea, he's like, would you ever be friends with your ex? So,
okay.
Would you?
That really depends, because it depends on how the relationship ended. If it ended cordially, like we can be friends, but we're not going to be best friends. We're not going to be kicking it and kikiing all the time. And the reason for that being is because, honey, if you have a girlfriend, a new girlfriend, your girlfriend should be your best friend.
Of course, yeah.
You should be leaving me alone. Unless we have kids or something like that.
Yeah.
And there, we have a reason to talk, that's fine. But even the whole dog thing, people need to let that go.
Listen, you can't just have I feel like yes, you can, but there cannot be any sexual connection.
Okay, so
attached to that. I think, if you're going to be friends, be friends. Like, I'm sorry, but like there should be no physical attachment to that.
I've had some struggles with that in the past, and
it's okay.
It's not fun. You're playing with like fire.
You are.
It never turns out well, because as much as women like to say like they're not going to get attached, we were not created that way.
Right.
By God, we were not created that way. We are also not created to dabble with multiple people all the time.
Well, that's why that's the caveat to
yeah
to the friends.
So No. And honestly, too, there are just some men who have been blatantly disrespectful. They don't care about your feelings.
Yep.
They were nice. They made another bitch comfortable, and they disrespected you and made another bitch comfortable to make another bitch comfortable. The second that happens, I'm done with that man.
Yeah.
He is dirt. He is filth to me. He is blocked.
Yeah.
You can call me Blockiana.
Yeah.
I block anybody.
Yeah.
And it's not even about being petty, angry, resentful, or bitter. It's about my peace.
Of course.
I'm going to protect my peace at all cost.
Peace. And I feel like I feel like peace could also just be the closure that we need.
Yes,
right?
People need to understand that sometimes, like, what I've learned is it doesn't matter what you say to that man. What I told the most recent one that I dated, I said, listen, if that is how you felt and you felt like you didn't do anything wrong, stand on business. Stand on business about what you did, who you did it with, and where that places you in or out of my life.
Double it down. How about that? Just double down.
Just double down. Do it. Like, just show me your hands.
Yeah.
Pull out all the cards.
Yes.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have time, but yeah, I would say that as far as friends goes, there has to be boundaries with your exes. Of course, if there's a kid involved, great. If it was an animal, figure it out who's going to get the dog, who's going to get the cat, who's going to get the hamster, the bird. I don't care.
I don't believe in co-parenting.
Yeah, like, no, we're not co-parenting pets. That's just an excuse. I'm never ever going to date a man that says my ex is always going to be around. We're always going to be friends. I'm not doing that. Like, you're going to have all this leaky energy, and you basically have this merry-go-round that you're going to spin of women. Oh, like today I'm going to talk to so-and-so, and today I'm going to talk to so-and-so. I'm hopping off the ride. Not my circus, not my monkey. Like, done.
Sorry to that man.
But we are going to wrap up.
Yeah. Well,
So, I appreciate you coming on today.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to say I'm honored to be here today and on your show. And I'm also, I definitely feel special to share this space with you.
Of course.
So I love you.
I love you too.
Yeah, I mean, we've been friends for a solid ass 4 or 5 years. 5, you're right.
Yeah.
And girl, I feel like we're in our eat, pray, love moment. Don't you feel that?
Yeah, because we were in our.
Oh my God, we were in our party. Like, I don't know, like Bloom, Tulum, Cancun, Lakers in 5.
Everywhere.
Oh my God.
We were in the Costa Fricos era. That's what it was.
Oh my God.
Casamigos, Costa Fricos every day.
Girl.
We had a blast, and I don't regret anything. There were some moments that I think we could have done without, or that I could have done without.
Oh no, I agree. Definitely agree.
Yeah. Okay, so before we go, where can the people find you?
Oh yeah.
Your handles, your social media, where can people find you?
So I currently don't have Instagram, but I will have it soon. Just at the moment, I like to take breaks.
Well, her name's not hard to find. It's Ulyssa.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Except I'm not the Ulyssa from Love Island. Okay, so
that's right.
Please.
That's right. But your TikTok is pretty nice to look at because I feel like it's a lot of great fitness inspiration.
It's
and
a lot.
Cooking.
It's a combination. I haven't really found my niche, but I will. But yeah, if you do want to follow me on my social, it is Ulyssa _G5.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, girl, I'm going to need you to change that name, sis, because why is it doing the most?
I don't know. It's going to come to me. Trust me. It'll come. But
I appreciate you coming on today. We're going to log off because we're hungry.
Yes.
We need to go have some food and a cocktail.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up today's episode on Bottle Girl Diaries. I hope you guys enjoyed and you were able to be entertained and inspired. Before we go, don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you can stay up to date on what's coming up next. You can follow our Instagram page at Bottle Girl Diaries, or if you'd like to get more personal, you can follow me at I am Cindy Ninsiri, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.